In order for Naruto to become the strongest man in Konoha's history, it took a lot of training and many battles that almost led him to death. You have no idea how many times Naruto has come close to death. Seriously, there are so many times that his enemies almost killed him that I think that if it wasn't for the script, Naruto would have died right in Naruto Classic. But hey, do you want to remember all these times when death knocked on Naruto's door? Then let's go. Today, I'll show you all the times that Naruto almost died. In Naruto's very first important battle, he almost went from bad to worse. And the fight I'm referring to was at the Water Country Bridge, where Team 7 was trying to protect the builder from the clutches of Zabuza and Haku, who had been hired to end the old man's life. So Sasuke and Naruto were given the mission to defeat Haku, who had skills as great as that of a Jonin. In the midst of this, Haku used his powerful ice-style Kekkei Genkai to keep Naruto and Sasuke trapped between his mirrors so that he could hit the Genin with his piercing spines. These two had no way to get out of Haku's jutsu because inside he has such great speed that he is able to attack his opponents in the blink of an eye, making it impossible for them to escape from inside his mirrors. That being the case, Haku attacked with several thorns in Naruto's direction. Only before that, Sasuke got in front and prevented the thorns from hitting Naruto. In the end, they were only able to escape because the chakra of the Nine Tails started emanating into Naruto and made it possible for him to fight back against Haku's attacks. In other words, if it weren't for the Fox chakra, Naruto certainly wouldn't see the sunrise the next day. In the Chunin exam that took place during the events of classic Naruto, Konoha sent all the Genin to the Forest of Death in order to select the participants who would enter the final stage. However, Team 7 did not count on the presence of Orochimaru, who shortly before the exam began had stolen the face of one of the participants and entered in such a way that he could not be caught by the Jonin of the village. And Orochimaru's main intention was to analyze Sasuke's abilities and implant the mark of the curse in him. However, to try to prevent this, Naruto fought bravely against the Sannin, but of course he didn't stand a chance. For several times Naruto came very close to death. First, he had almost been swallowed by Orochimaru's snake. Second, he ended up unconscious after a heavy attack, and only didn't fall from a huge height because Sakura prevented it. After these attacks by Orochimaru, the Leaf Village was reorganizing to take the last test of the Chunin exam, where all the Genin who had qualified would fight in a mano-a-mano combat. In turn, Gaara had to face Sasuke. However, the Uchiha surprised Gaara by attacking with a Chidori right in his chest. And after this, Orochimaru revealed that behind everything, he and the Sand Village were planning a surprise attack to overthrow Konoha. As a consequence of this, Gaara ended up facing Sasuke again in the forest. Only this time, the Uchiha didn't stand a chance. And that's where Naruto comes in to save the day. This is one of those battles where you can't believe that Naruto came out alive, because in this fight, he was fighting against Gaara, one of the strongest ninjas in the entire Sand Village. And to make matters worse, Gaara was crazy enough to kill Naruto, and most of Shukaku's powers were beginning to manifest in Gaara. And if that wasn't enough, Shukaku himself took control of Gaara's body and resurfaced. In the end, Naruto managed to win thanks to Gamabunta's help, but he ended up in such a sorry state that he had to go crawling on the ground. On this occasion, Naruto and Jiraiya had gone to recruit Tsunade to become the 5th Hokage. However, they ended up meeting with Orochimaru and Kabuto, two of Konoha's main enemies. Thus, Naruto ended up fighting directly against Kabuto, who being stronger and more experienced, ended up making Naruto a punching bag. However, Naruto managed to surprise him by using his Rasengan, which by the way was the first time he was able to use it. After that, Naruto fell to the ground due to Kabuto's attacks, and also because he had worn himself out with the Rasengan. At first, Naruto's heart really was almost stopping, but thanks to Tsunade's medical knowledge, he managed to survive. Before this battle, Sasuke was already resigned to the life he was living in Konoha, for it seemed that he was convinced of living a quiet life with Team 7. Because the way things were going, Sasuke believed that he could reach his brother's power one day or another. But this all went down the drain after Itachi's visit to the Leaf Village. As soon as the two met, Itachi didn't give his little brother the slightest chance and demonstrated to him the abyss that existed between their powers. Because of this, Sasuke realized that he would not be able to overcome his brother's power by living quietly with his colleagues. Therefore, he decided to follow the path of hatred and gave himself up to Orochimaru with the intention of achieving even greater power. But of course, Naruto would not allow this, and went in search of Sasuke, to bring him back to Konoha by force. In this first fight against Sasuke, Naruto had already started with a great disadvantage because Sasuke was even stronger. Therefore, the Uchiha was able to hold Naruto back and impale a Chidori that went right through his chest. And after that, Sasuke applied a blow that made him hit his head on the ground from a height of tens of meters. The impact was so strong that Kurama herself said that Naruto would die. However, she gave him some of her chakra to regain his strength. And on top of that, Naruto came very close to death again after making a collision of his Rasengan against Sasuke's Chidori, something that caused an unprecedented explosion. You may not remember, but Naruto came very close to dying in the fight against Deidara at the beginning of Naruto Shippuden. To put it in context, Deidara had just captured Gaara in the Sand Village. All this with the intention of taking him back to the Akatsuki base and extract Shukaku's chakra. And to avoid this, Team 7, Team Guy, and Grandma Chio went in search of recovering Gaara alive. However, it was already too late. Akatsuki had extracted the Shukaku and made Gaara die due to the extraction. But even though they saw Gaara's body lying on the ground, Naruto and the others still hoped he was still alive. And in the midst of this search, they ran for a long period of time after Deidara, until at one point, they managed to corner the new Kenin. And as soon as Deidara realized that he was cornered by everybody, he decided to eat his clay to create a giant explosion that would literally kill everybody there, including Naruto. This one looks a lot like the explosion that Deidara used against Sasuke, but it is different because this is not a suicide explosion with a huge beam like the one he used against Sasuke. But even though it wasn't as strong as the one he used against Sasuke, it still had the ability to kill everybody that was around. But luckily, Kakashi still had some chakra left to use Kamui from his Mangekyo, and with that, he was able to teleport the whole explosion to another dimension and prevented the anime from ending right there. During Pain's invasion of the Leaf Village, the Akatsuki leader decimated Konoha completely. He also killed several Konoha ninjas, such as Kakashi, Shizune, and many others. But this all changed when Naruto appeared with the Wise Mode, where he already started destroying all of Pain's paths. Naruto was controlling the battle in a very calm way, but when he went to fight against the Diva Path, Naruto was impaled by several chakra sticks, which made him easily neutralized. From then on, Naruto no longer had any chance of winning, as the rods restricted his chakra and prevented Naruto from being able to stand up. However, to save Naruto, Hinata showed up, but in the end, she still took quite a beating. Despite being beaten, Hinata's attitude saved the village, because when Naruto saw her being impaled, he burst with rage and threw out his Kurama chakra, which made it possible for him to get rid of Pain's sticks. That is, if it weren't for Hinata, Naruto wouldn't have released Kurama and wouldn't have been able to get rid of Pain's chakra sticks. And with that, he narrowly escaped death. Coming out of the Pain arc, let's now talk about the events of the Fourth Ninja War. At this point, the entire Ninja Alliance had only one goal: to defeat Obito, Madara, and the Jubi. But of course, this was not to be an easy task. After all, they were fighting against the strongest Bijou of all, which was carrying two of the most legendary ninjas in history. And because of that, Naruto ended up being used a lot in this confrontation. Seriously, when he entered the war, Naruto already started spreading several clones in chakra mode for all the battles that were going on. And what's more, each of these clones use a Rasen Shuriken at least once. Just by saying that, I think you get a sense of how exhausting that must be. And all of this wear and tear on Naruto came to light during his battle against Jubi, where at one point, he used a few Rasen Shuriken. And because of that, Naruto was so worn out that he almost fainted in the middle of the fight. To take advantage of this situation, Jubi threw some pointed wood towards Naruto, who was exhausted. And yes, those woods would literally kill Naruto, because if he didn't have enough strength to stand up, it's clear he wouldn't have the energy to regenerate from an attack like that. Only before Naruto was attacked, Neji got in front of the attack and protected Naruto from all the wood that was going towards him. That's right, even though it was very costly, Naruto only didn't die in that instant because Neji stopped it. Towards the end of the anime, Team 7 was fighting Madara in his Jinchuriki version of the Ten Tails all by themselves. However, when no one could imagine it was possible to defeat Madara in that state, Zetsu suddenly appeared, giving Madara an attack from behind that brought Kaguya back to this world. And that's when things got worse, because Kaguya, besides being as strong as Madara, she had some super special techniques that could easily defeat both Naruto and Sasuke. And of course, because of this, Naruto came very close to death on several occasions. for on several occasions, she threw both Naruto and Sasuke into another dimension and attacked them with super powerful jutsus. Only the most desperate moment was at the very end of the fight, where she teleported everyone to a dimension where the gravity was highly elevated. With that, Naruto and Sasuke were without any strength to get back on their feet. And of course the goddess would take advantage of this occasion to attack them both with her chakra sticks. However, as soon as she threw her sticks, Obito appeared in front of them to prevent the sticks from hitting Naruto, and used Kamui to prevent the other stick from hitting Kakashi. In other words, if not for Obito, the sticks would have hit Naruto, and our protagonist would rest forever. After managing to seal Kaguya, everyone thought the war would be over, and everyone would be able to return home safe and sound. But to spoil everyone's happiness, Sasuke put into his head the idea that he would kill all the Kages to create an even better world. And of course Naruto wouldn't allow it, so he had to go to the Valley of the End to have a final battle against Sasuke. And of course this would be a completely fierce fight, because on one side, Naruto had awakened the Rakudo Sennin mode. Sasuke, on the other hand, had awakened the Supreme Rinnegan and stole all the chakra of the 9 Biju. All said and done, the battle was balanced in every way. In the matter of taijutsu, ninjutsu, and destructive techniques, both were even. By the end, Naruto and Sasuke used their main techniques, the Rasengan and the Chidori, to collide into each other. And of course the collision of these two attacks led to the destruction of the entire surrounding environment. As a consequence, both Sasuke and Naruto lost an arm, and were exhausted to such a great degree that they couldn't even stand up. In other words, Naruto narrowly escaped death. Moving on to the events of Boruto, we have the battle between the Otsutsuki against all the Kage. On this occasion, the Chunin exam was being fought between Boruto, Sarada, and Shinki of the Sand. In the end, Boruto managed to win in the way you already know. But suddenly Momoshiki appeared with his partner Kinshiki to try to capture Naruto's 9-tailed Biju. Their intention was to collect the chakra of all the beasts in order to revive the divine tree. However, of course Naruto would not make it easy for them. So Naruto went on the attack and managed to save many people. However, Momoshiki managed to capture him and took Naruto to another dimension. There, Otsutsuki was trying to extract 100% of the fox's chakra. However, he couldn't, thanks to Sasuke and the other Kage who showed up to stop him. Do you realize that if they didn't arrive, Naruto would die due to the extraction of Kurama's chakra? Well, Momoshiki at that point had already taken 50% of Kurama's chakra, and if he had just a little more time, Naruto was gone. This was certainly one of the most complicated fights of the anime. On this occasion, Jigen was looking for Kawaki to use him as a receptacle. However, Naruto and Sasuke took the lead in preventing the boy from being taken. This being the case, Jigen took them to another dimension with the intention of finishing them off right there. After all, Sasuke and Naruto were the only ones capable of hindering Jigen's plans. However, unlike what we imagined, Jigen literally rubbed the ground with the faces of the two greatest ninjas in the world. Even using a combination of the perfect Susanoo and Kurama's avatar, they couldn't do any damage to Jigen. At the very end, after taking a good beating, Jigen invoked several chakra sticks that pierced both of their bodies. To kill Naruto, it was just a matter of Jigen's will. However, he decided to seal Naruto, who soon after managed to escape. In other words, Naruto only didn't die because Jigen didn't want to kill him. This is another battle where Naruto came very close to dying. I think that this was the time when we were most afraid of him actually passing away, because after being torn apart by Isshiki, Naruto was talking to Kurama in his subconscious, where she gives him the idea to perform the Baryon mode transformation, a transformation so strong that it could easily overcome Ishiki's abilities. And Kurama really wasn't wrong when she said that, because Baryon mode demonstrated such superiority that Isshiki couldn't do anything anymore. This was because the Baryon mode transformation was able to enhance all of Naruto's physical abilities, such as strength, speed, and agility. However, all this power came at a cost, Naruto and Kurama's lives. After using this transformation and defeating Isshiki, Kurama revealed that only she would die, while Naruto would have extra time on Earth. Luckily, he managed to survive all these battles that almost ended his life. If you'd like to know all these moments, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and activate notifications so you stay on top of all the videos here on the channel. On the screen, there are 2 videos similar to this one. Watch one and I'm sure you'll like it. I'll be waiting for you in the next video.